Hey guys, it's a little later since I did my last video. As you can tell, some makeup is off and a little less, but I'm still wearing the same clothes. Next video, I think I'll change my clothes. So one thing that's really cool though that I didn't even know you could do because it's been so long since I did a damn video, that YouTube now has like this live thing where you can have like a live session. So instead of you guys just making comments, we can do like a whole live, so I can like talk to you guys, which is totally cool. But if I would have done videos in the last 7 months, I probably would have known this. So I'm going to set something up for sometime next week that we can actually discuss things once I start getting into videos that are more of the bulk of it. So again, I still haven't finished watching it, which I'm going to watch after this video, then probably change my shirt and do another video. So alright, so here's what's going on. Let me start with episode 1 and episode 2. At first I was like, here we go, it's going to be all about Zellner. I thought it was really funny in the beginning and they showed some names. I know these people, they're probably jumping up and down for joy like it's a big deal. I will say that I cannot even fucking believe that they gave Lynn so much space in this, and it didn't seem like a lot, but she got more space than Carla, which really isn't such a bad thing. I am surprised at how little Carla was in it. I can't say I'm disappointed, I'm just surprised. Alright, so on to my favorite couple of people. Kaczynski is the biggest piece of crap I have ever seen. He should be so ashamed of himself. And I know that a lot of that was taped in 2016. Maybe, yeah, 2016. And it was obvious of which ones were older and, you know, how they did the timeline. I thought, again, they did a beautiful job of how they put it all together. I'm like dying of thirst. But I just, like, just watching him and knowing so much about him, like the fact that, how did it feel to wear orange, Kaczynski? Him and Kratz just make my fucking skin crawl. Like, there's no other way around it. Here's one thing I caught, though, that, to be honest with you, Zellner could have said it afterwards. I don't remember. That's what happens when you binge watch too much. So, Kratz had just discussed that, you know, Avery's blood was on the key and there was sweat under the hood. But if he was sweating so much, why was there no sweat on the steering wheel? A lot of people said, oh, he had gloves on. Well, if he had gloves on, then the blood couldn't have gone. And even with gloves, if you have a loose enough glove where blood is going to come out of, you're going to get sweat or something on the steering wheel. It's just, that's like going to happen. Where was the sweat in the seats? Even if you want to say he had gloves on, why didn't he sweat in the seats? On his clothes, on the gears? Why is there no DNA on the seat? That part I think I remember hearing Zellner say, but I was jotting notes down as I was watching it. And I never heard someone say, like, well, where's the sweat on the steering wheel? And Zellner did bring up a point that she was dead on about, and that was, how come there was never blood mixed? Honestly, I never thought of that in the beginning. Why was there no blood? It was his blood and her blood, but none of their blood together. It made no sense to me. One thing that I had jotted down, it turns out that she ended up saying in the next episode, when they were in the car and they were testing this is spoilers, but when we were testing the blood in the back of the RAV4, I was thinking to myself, well, maybe they did it from the front. Maybe like they put her in the back seat and then they flung her in the back and then, you know, like blood splattered on the back wall. That to me made perfect sense, except in the next episode, what happened was at the trial, one of the cops said that they did it from the rear hatch. They did it from the back. So that went my theory out the window. But in case anyone else is thinking like I was, that's probably why. In episode 1 or 2, Scott Tadich was acting like he was proud that he went there for 11, he went there 11 times in 12 years. Really, Scott? You're proud of that fact? I think that's fucking sad. 1 time a year for your stepson? Like, you should be proud of that. That's not, like, you should have seen him every couple of months. I don't get why he's proud of that fact. I kind of thought that was kind of weird. What I touched upon in the last video that I want to say again is the fact that I'm going to elaborate it more now. In episode 3, Mike Halbach and Barbara are both in court, and Judge Fox is about to sentence Brendan. And Mike Halbach says, you know, you're going to put this rapist away, and you're going to put this murderer away, and you're going to put this one, and, you know, he deserves life, and we want to get him life. You have to look at the judge quickly, but he honestly gives a full smile. He puts his head down so you can't really notice it, or he does it inconspicuously, but no matter what Barb said, she wasn't reducing it. He automatically had his mind made up. And it's so frustrating because that's not what the courts are supposed to be like. Judges are not supposed to have an opinion. Judges are not supposed to give their personal view, which is why it pissed me off so much in episode 9 and 6, but I'll get to that. And it's just not how a law is set up. And people need to realize that. You can't, a judge laughing like that should be a mistrial. A judge smiling like that should be a mistrial. Like, how can you do that? It's just wrong. And it just goes against everything that we've ever, should be. So, moving on. It was Steven's 54th birthday. Carla was at Mama's house. Carla, you knew you were going to be on TV. Could you have presented yourself a little better? And on top of that, could you have had Mama's lip waxed or cleaned her house or done something? The woman is so old and so sick and so fed up, and honestly, I can't blame her. Like, that's where you younger are supposed to step in. So that really bothered me. I know it's meaningless. I know it's small. I know it's, not super important, but it is super important. That's your grandma who's going to be on national TV. You're on national TV. Like, present yourself, not like a crackhead, because it's honestly what you look like, Carla, a complete meth head. And I'm sorry, but it's true. And then when they show you in court, you're on the phone. Were you busy in your Facebook groups that you couldn't pay attention to what everyone else looked like or what you look like? Whatever. Just wanted to say that. Then they go on and on about how much Beauty and Strength sucked, and we all knew that. Now, even though I totally remember Brendan's whole case, and he was getting out, he's not getting out, he was getting out, he's not getting out, it literally gave me goosebumps, and it's so sad. What they did to that man, it just destroys me. He has no violent history ever. He has never been in trouble with the law. You can say he never even had a parking ticket. And they are putting him away like he's this hardened criminal and been a hardened criminal for his whole life. He's not a hardened criminal. He is not a threat to society. And the fact that they keep pulling the strings of Teresa and a poor Teresa and poor family, it's such an insult to Teresa's family that you guys do not give a flying shit who actually killed her. I just can't handle watching it and hearing them every fucking time. Well, we have to think of Teresa. Of course you have to think of Teresa. Then find her real killer. That's how you think of Teresa. Shit drove me nuts. Episode 6, I'm going to save for a next video because that hit hard. Episode 6 hit seriously hard. But I am going to go finish watching Making a Murderer. I will see you guys tomorrow. Again, don't forget to subscribe and have a good night. Peace out. Oh, and I'll let you guys know when the full video is. I mean, when the live premiere video is, because I think it'll be a lot of fun. All right, I'll talk to you guys. Peace. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.